Hi guys, how's it going? John here and welcome to a brand new edition of Ready Player Movies. Now what have I got in store for you today, guys? Well, I've been out and about in the last I've been out and about in the last few weeks, and I've bought a couple of things here and there. Today I've been out as well. It's been my day off from work, and I've offloaded a load of DVDs from the stash that I bought earlier on in the year. So I did that, and I ended up picking up a couple of DVDs from a charity shop. So yeah, so we're going to go through those plus the other stuff that I've bought in the last few weeks. So let's get this whole thing underway, shall we? Right, okay then, guys. So like I said, I've been out shopping. Saying I've been out shopping, I've been doing my thing today. Bought a few of these over the last couple of weeks. So let's go through what I have picked up. And first off, I'm going to go through the stuff that I've actually bought today, which is surprisingly enough, a couple of regular DVDs from Cancer Research. I dropped off two huge bags of DVDs to Oxfam and Cancer Research today. So like I said, with me being in Cancer Research, I'll have a look at what we've got, and I've come out with 3 titles, and some quite good ones, as well. But 2 of them are not really movies; they're more TV series. And the first one that I've got for those people that watch in the that are watching this from the UK, I've picked up a classic police drama series, the Ellen Pascal series 1. I loved watching this series at the time. I thought it was absolutely great. So I thought, for £1, I'm definitely going to buy this because I really love that show. And I remember when I was doing my training at college, one of my friends had a little extra part in the first episode of the series. So, and it was really quite nice to hear that. But unfortunately, I never really spotted it until she mentioned it, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll have a little look, and lo and behold, she's there in that very first episode. Yeah, Ellen Pascal really enjoy this show, and it's about these 2 guys on the front. The older gentleman that's played by Warren Clark is a no prisoners type of detective who doesn't like show offs, and which is where this guy comes in as his new partner. So it works out for a really good. It works out for a really interesting. Works out for a really interesting partnership between the 2 of them, and it's kind of played off as sort of a comedy, like a comedy drama type thing, but yeah, it's more serious than it is comedic, but it's still good nonetheless. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend you check it out. It might be knocking about somewhere on streaming. I'm really not sure. I've not really checked, but yeah, you'll enjoy that. If you haven't seen that, I think you might enjoy it. But it is from the 90s, so it will be a bit dated to some people. So that is Ellen Pascal, and now we're going. Oh, still haven't quite got my comfort. Haven't quite got my comfort area. I think that might be it, guys. I think that might be it. Right. Okay. So the next one I've got is a piece of British history, and this actually went out actually stopped being sold on the shelves, and they're actually worth quite a bit of money now. I was quite surprised to find it for £1. I don't think the people putting the price on this don't really know how valuable these are. Little Britain Series 2. Love this show. I think every British person loved this programme. Well, saying every British person, there might be the odd couple here and there that didn't like the humour in it, which is understandable. It isn't really for everyone, but the vast majority of people from this generation, which I'm included in, really enjoyed it for what it was. It's been inappropriate for the times now. So if you're in your early 20s, and if you're in your teens and you're going into your mid-20s, it probably isn't for you, because it is a little bit racist. It is a little bit racist, but you know, it is what it is. But these series, Little Britain, is very sought after on DVD and on Blu-ray. So I'm quite pleased to have this, especially for picking it up for £1. You know, it's a complete series too as well, which I'm really happy about. So that's Little Britain. So that's Little Britain. And next up, we've got probably one of my favourite animations of recent times. Well, saying of recent times, this is quite an old film. This now, actually, it's I believe it's from 2006. So we're going 15 years ago, and we've got here Open Season, which I had a really great, real good fun with. It's really funny animated film about this bear at the front by the name of is a domesticated bear called Boog. So it's set in like a zoo, and these animals escape, and the bear escapes and befriends all of these creatures that are around him, and it's just all the antics that they get up to. The hunting season's just about to start. He's broken out of an enclosure, so you can imagine what's going to happen in this. I just love this film. It's great. It really is really worth watching if you haven't seen it. And those are the cancer research buys. I'll probably be doing a bit more charity shop runs or something like that. It's starting to become a little bit of a thing now, actually. The more videos I'm watching, people are actually taking to the charity shops a bit more for DVD hunting, which I'm actually really pleasantly surprised about. I think it's nice that they're making a bit of a resurgence, if I have to be honest. And all three of those are really good condition as well, so there was no quabbles with that whatsoever. Did have to discard of one. I couldn't check them in the shop because they'd sellotaped them shut. So I reckon if I had have like taken the sellotape off to check them, I would have got into trouble. So I'll just have to mention it to them. But I do have one that is kind of over there, which was a House of Flying Daggers. I opened it up and I thought this doesn't look right, so I put it in, and it's not the movie, it's the special features. I've not got the movie, so yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But for the price that you pay for it, it's only £1, so they could just go in the bin. Likewise, we're going into the stuff that I've bought in the last couple of weeks, and there is another DVD here, because I couldn't find it on. Saying I couldn't find it. I was only out for one day in the last 2 weeks, and I saw this and I thought, is it on Blu-ray? Just to look quickly in the HMV that I was in really quick, and they didn't have it, so I didn't really want to wait. It's fairly cheap, and we've got here seasons 1 and 2, of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, as it was called here in the UK. They didn't like the word ninja being put in, so they got hero. But there, as you can see there, it says ninja. It does say ninja. Yeah, grew up with this, loved it, still do now, could still watch these. Yeah, really happy to have that. Right, okay. So on that day as well, I picked these up from HMV, and the first one we've got is is the 4K edition of the Ultimate Cut of Watchmen on the 2 for 30 offer. Love this film. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I do have the original Blu-ray down in the shelves. That'll be getting traded in. But this is great. I absolutely love this film. It's so good. It isn't a quiet taste. Yeah, I do get it. But yeah, it's kind of like what they're calling the Citizen Kane of the comic books. So if you haven't watched that and you're in, if you haven't seen it and you're into like your superhero genre, this is the one to watch. Really is great. Next up, we have a film that I wouldn't say I've been reluctant to buy, but a film that I saw during lockdown, and I was really surprised by it. I saw its first film as well on that same night through lockdown, and I was really surprised at them. I didn't think that they'd be as good as what I thought they were going to be. And it's the J.K. Rowling prequels, the J.K. Rowling prequel series, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah, I was really surprised by these movies. I do have Fantastic Beasts somewhere just behind me right here in that compartment here. So yeah, get this one to finish it off. The other one doesn't come with a slip, but I was pleased to get this one with a slip, and that came with a nice $9.99. Next up, another narrow addition to expand on the collection that I've got going, and this time I've picked up Evil Ed. Now I've not seen this one, so I don't really know what it's all about. I can't really give you a synopsis on it, apart from what's on the back. So I'm just going to read this out to you guys. Mild-mannered film technician Edward enjoys his job, that is, until he finds himself transferred from his regular post to the splatter and gore department, where he is forced to edit hours upon hours of grisly video and nasty footage. Traumatized by the on-screen violence, Ed starts to lose his cap on reality, with ghastly and bloody consequences. This and it just adds on to this, owing a debt onto such films such as The Evil Dead, Reanimator, and the early splatter classics of Peter Jackson. Evil Ed is a special effects fiend's dream, offering up a veritable smorgasbord. I don't know what the fuck that word is. Flying limbs, exploding heads, and creepy creatures. That's right up my street. This one's right up my street. So yeah, looking forward to watching this one, guys. I'll tell you that. Next up, we've got the second one on the 2 for 30 offer on the 4K Ultra HD, and we've got Total Recall. Now, I am going to do a review on this because this is one of my favourite Schwarzenegger films, and probably one of my favourite Paul Verhoeven films as well. So, very quickly, this film's about Arnie and it's got this is for those who have not seen this. For those who have not seen it, and he's a regular guy who works in a construction site who wants to experience, who is obsessed with all of the stuff that's going on Mars, which has been colonized. Things are going wrong up there, and he's upset, and he's got this big fascination for it, and he wants to go there. And he gets this firm that deals with virtual holidays, or virtual reality, not exactly VR holidays, but memory implanted, memory implant holidays, basically. And things start going wrong for him once he starts going under this program. And I love this film. I've loved it to bits. I've loved it ever since I started watching it back in the mid to late 90s when it came onto TV. Now, with regards to this edition, I bought this, and I've got the Blu-ray edition. Which is more or less exactly the same as this one. And I went over to CEX, and they've got the hardback, and they've got the hardback 4K edition of this in there, like the proper presentation box, like Arrow and the Studio Canal do as well. They've got that edition in CEX as well, and I'd seen it in there before, and I thought, God, if I'd just went in CEX first, I probably would have bought that one over this one. Now, I don't know what to do. I really don't, because it's a proper presentation one. That one, it's kind of like the Deer Hunter presentation, where it probably has the soundtrack CD in there, and all those other bits and pieces, like the postcards and that, sort of like what Arrow do with some of their releases, with their new releases these days. They've got one of those in CEX for £65, and I thought, and I know that's a good price. I know for a fact that's a good price. So I don't know whether to just take this in with the other edition and trade it in and use what I've got from my voucher onto that one. I don't know what to do, but either way, I'll figure it out. But I love this film, and I am pleased to have it. So you might see me picking that one. You might see another video with me picking that one up from CEX. I don't know yet, but that one is the 4K Ultra HD, the 4K and Blu-ray one. So yeah, such a great film. And also from HMV, I found this was one of the first things that I found on the shelves when I was looking around, and I knew I had to pick this up. I think this is really, really nice. I'm going to take the sticker off this, but it's come in at $34.99. I don't know, no idea if this is a new release or what. I've no idea. Guys, if you're watching this and you see this, let me know if this is brand new or not. I think I might. I really don't know. I've not seen anybody showcase this in any of the other videos, like Big Paulie or anyone like that. But I've come across this edition of Space Jam, which is the 4K limited edition. I think this design is really nice, so I will probably do a separate unboxing on this in my next video before I release part 3 of the Movies of a 40-year-old. So yeah, look out for the video on this unboxing, and that will be it for that. It's and for your information, yes, it is the original one. It is the original one with Michael Jordan. Let's show you the back there dead quick. And no. Okay. And it's from the Titans of Colt. and it includes a collectible steelbook case. Oh, right up. Yeah, it includes a collectible steelbook case, a unique enamel pin, and vinyl stickers, plus obviously the the 4K and 4K and Blu-ray disc, and it's actually located on the bottom of the might not, yeah, that is the right way up. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, so I will unbox this in another video. Space Jam. Right, okay, so now I'm going on to the CEX buys, and the first one I've got is actually something that really caught my eye here, and this is a Eureka title, and when I looked at the synopsis on the back, I was like, oh, this sounds really interesting. I really do need to give this a watch. And if I can just take off this sticker, which I should have done beforehand. And it's a film by Fred Schapisi, or Schapisi, whatever. The Chant of Jamie Blacksmith. Now, I looked at the back of this, and this is an Australian film from 1978, I think it was, something like that, or 76. No idea what this is about. Really have no idea. But apparently according to the back of this, it's one of the most important films in Australian cinema, and perhaps the key critical work of that country's internationally acclaimed film movement of the 1970s. The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith is nothing but short of a masterpiece, a bracing and emotionally wrenching study of the effects of institutionalized racism and colonization on a land's indigenous peoples, and an unflinching look at the repercussions of violence for both aggressors and victims. So basically, this is about right, okay. I think this could be a rough watch. So if amateur film is, if you're actually watching this and you know anything about this, could you hit me up on the film and tell me if I should watch this or not? Because I'm a little worried that this could be something that might not be my thing. But anyway, until then, The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith. Next up, we've got another Arrow release, and sticker. Bay of Blood. Another one that I've not seen. Could be one of the first ones I'm going to watch out of this pile. I think this was doesn't really say who directed this actually, but or is this the doesn't say who anyway, don't really matter. Bay of Blood. Don't know anything about this film, so I'm probably going to give this a watch. Might be going on tonight after I've finished recording this. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Really am looking forward to that one. And next up, we've got another 4K, which well, saying which, another 4K movie, with a fairly recent film. I think was this from last year, and we've got here the New Mutants, which is the not the latest Marvel movie, but the one from, like I said, the one from last year that a few people were talking about. I never got around to watching this at the cinemas. I would have liked to have gone to see it, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure whether I'm done with the Marvel universe yet. I still need to go and see. Black Widow. There is a final showing of it at the cinemas in View in Carlisle tomorrow. I think it's its last showing before it finishes. So I'm going to see that, and I'm also going to see the Suicide Squad as well tomorrow. So I'm going to be having a cinema day tomorrow. So there'll be quite a bit of stuff coming out over the next couple of weeks out, content wise on the channel. But yeah, the New Mutants, I've not seen this. Would have liked to. So if I like it, I like it. If I don't, it will be going back to CEX. And next we have one from the premium collection, which is a buy from CEX also. We're almost done actually. So it's actually coming okay, this video. It's coming alright. I knew I should have took these stickers off. Really do not like these stickers. Right, okay. And we've got here on the premium collection number 101, Dracula AD 1972, the Christopher Lee and and Peter, is it Peter Cushing as well? Yes, I think it is, isn't it? This is the Hammer version, isn't it? This is the Hammer one, isn't it? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I'm pleased to have this one because this is one of the more recognized ones out of the Dracula films. So yeah, really pleased to have it, and it will fit very nicely with the stuff in that compartment there. And to finish up, you've got to finish up with a classic movie here, and especially with it being an upgrade as well. Die Hard. Yeah, the 30th anniversary edition on 4K. I was really pleased to get this one from CEX. Yeah, it comes with director's commentary, still gallery, interactive still gallery trailers, TV spots, all that kind of thing. I love Die Hard's great. I love this film. Out of the sequels, I probably prefer Die Hard with a Vengeance, and then Die Hard 4, 2, Die Hard 2, and then number 4, and then the fifth one going in in last place. Yeah, the Die Hard films, I think. Well, this Die Hard film is obviously the best one out of the lot. There's nothing really I can add to this film, to be really honest. But yeah, really am pleased to have this film. And that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Don't really have, like I said, don't really have anything to add to Die Hard, as much as the fact that it's a great film. People say it's a Christmas film. I'm not on the fence, but it's neat. But it is a Christmas film, but it's not a Christmas film. There's a Christmas tree in it. There is a Christmas tree in the film, but that doesn't necessarily make it a Christmas film. But I know there's that 99% of you guys that will say, "Shut up, John. it is a Christmas film. But anyway, yes, guys, Die Hard is my last, saving the best to last. I was about that. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did like it, make sure to give it some thumbs up. Subscribe as well if you like. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's not like it's gonna make any real difference, because like I've said in previous videos, I'm not a regular uploader. I would like to try and do it, but with some of the hours that I do work, it does make it difficult for me to put videos out as consistently as some of the other YouTubers, unfortunately. But anyway, thank you again for coming on board. If you did get this far, you're the best. Yeah, and if you want to make a comment on any of the stuff that I've showcased in this video, guys, and yeah, that'll just about do it. That'll just about do it, guys. So again, thank you so much. This is Ready Player Movies, signing off.